Ba, 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 ba. Oh, I forgot that part.
Hey everyone, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Steve, and this is 60 Cycle Hum, the guitar buying, selling, trading, modding, fixing, breaking, reviewing, playing
Podcast. That's right. Hey Steve, I have a question for you.
What's your question, Ryan?
Is Tim Henson the new Joe Bonamassa?
Hey, Ryan, I have a question for you.
Yeah?
Is Tim Henson the metal Joe Bonamassa?
The metal Joe Bonamassa?
Is he playing metal? Is that metal? Is it prog?
I don't know. Is
it math?
I don't know how you define it, but here's my thinking on this.
Okay.
My thinking on this clickbait idea that I have that you guys are already annoyed by. Years back, we were talking on the show about how Joe Bonamassa is a bit of like a professional troll. And what we were talking about is the fact that he kept getting little quotes, little snippets of interviews taken out of their context and blown up as like headline news on various guitar media sites and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, like your guitaronlinemagazine.coms or whatever, you know, would take these snippets and be like, Joe Bonamassa says that pedal players are lazy.
Yeah.
Joe Bonamassa says that blah, 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 you should never modify a guitar because blah, 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 you're wasting all your time and energy. It's the worst thing you could do to a guitar is to buy it and start modifying it. What was the other thing?
Joe Bonamassa says he plays the blues, so he lives a vow of poverty.
All right. It's like, becoming a blues guitarist is a vow of poverty, is what the man who owns most of the world dumbbells said. You know? Does he actually own dumbbells? I don't know. But, you know, there's that vibe of like, oh, he owns as many vintage guitars and amps as a person possibly can. And, you know, this quote that he had is saying that he lives a life of poverty because he's a blues guitarist. Well, Tim Henson has been racking up his own clickbait, out of context news quotes. And it has the same energy to me. Like he did the quote, like his boomer bends thing.
Yeah, which that's the bend from is it the bend from the 4th to the 5th?
Something like that. I probably do it all the time. But I don't spend any time worrying about it. But a lot of people got very angry and it was very newsworthy for like a month and a half.
Right.
Like, and all anyone wanted to talk about was boomer bends.
Boomer bends. And it was really just like, you know, bend something else. Like that was literally like
pick anywhere else to bend.
The whole point was like just bend something else or don't bend. Like
or you know, he was just saying that. I think it was like in a Rick Beato interview or something like that. He was just like, "Oh, that's just something that I don't do."
Yeah,
which is totally like fine. Don't do that. It's not how he does all this like stuff like that. I can't even begin to wrap my head around. Of course, he doesn't play boomer bends. You know, whatever you want to call them. Like that's totally outside of his style. You know, whatever. But people took it so personally.
And the new one is, he said, I'm trying to find the quote. It's not really cool to be in a metal band because they don't make any money.
I have no idea
what's been headlined.
What context that came out of, but it's been blowing up for like weeks now on every single guitar group and guitar, you know, news outlet or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm dismissive of guitar news outlets as we have, you know, we're sitting here recording a guitar podcast.
Well,
which is somehow more pathetic than having a guitar news outlet.
You know, the thing that kind of like they talk about is that Polyphia is, you know, there's a lot of other influences there. So they're like a prog, but so a lot of the, you know, prog world music, I guess, is bringing in a lot of influences from outside of the genre. So you think about a band like Wolfpack, and you think like, oh, that's like white guy funk or whatever, right? So that's that, but there's a lot of other influences going on there. And so Polyphia is the same way, where it's like at its core, partially because of the way the band looks and everything. You have these guys. It's a very modern metal. I feel like in modern metal you have like the old school like long hair, whatever kind of like long hair, cut off tees, ratted out jeans, like the Zakk Wylde.
It's modern, and like here is Gen Z and younger's metal.
Right. I think modern metal. Here's what I'll say: with current metal bands, you either have like kind of like OG metal that's doing the Zakk Wylde Metallica dress code still, and then you have like this modern, especially like prog, where they all look like extras from the Matrix.
Sure.
Have you ever seen Tosin in person? Of course,
yeah.
He looks like an extra from the Matrix.
Okay.
It's not an insult. It's just what he looks like. If I could pull that look off, I watched...
I can't imagine you doing a Matrix thing.
I watched... what movie did I watch the other day?
I mean, I could do it just because I'm blonde and they would make me look like some sort of freak.
I watched Grandma's Boy the other day.
Okay, where's this going?
Because the one dude in that movie is dresses like he's in the Matrix.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I've ever seen that. So where were you going with this?
I was saying like
I'm so lost right now.
I'm just saying it's not really metal in the sense of like chugga 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 chugga.
Right.
Like it's this modern thing that's very mathy and it's incorporating a lot of elements from a lot of other styles of music. I think is lost on like bands that are just trying to be Metallica.
I've never listened
Metallica
to
5.0.
A full song from it's Polyphia, right?
Polyphia.
I've never listened to a full Polyphia song. But I totally get the gist of what they do from listening 20, 30 seconds at a time and be like, oh, it's that sort of thing. It's just not my sort of thing that I want to listen to. But every time I've watched them, I'm like, wow, that's an incredible style.
You want to
listen
to 5 minutes of this?
No. That's an incredible style of playing. It's an incredible way to play guitar. It's an incredible way of approaching music. It's just not for me. But I guess I can see why. Okay, I think it's music for people that like metal, but I don't think it is metal. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's metal. It's metal adjacent in that it's like, here's someone playing on the skill level that a lot of metal guitarists aspire to.
Right.
But doing something kind of proggy, jazzy, lots of influences mixed together sort of thing. And of course, metal is in that mix, And
that's, I think it's
also
very
Chapman sticky.
Yeah, I think that's also kind of
oh my gosh
where he's going with it, because he's saying if you were to take away the guitars on our records and just listen to drums and bass, they're playing beats. They're playing trap beats,
right?
Future bass beats. If you take the guitar off and add vocals, it would just sound like whatever genre they're doing, basically.
Here's my hot quote.
So basically he's saying the only metal thing about Polyphia is the guitars.
Here's my hot quote. All the guitar news outlets out there better pick this up and clickbait the hell out of it and just promote this podcast. I love it.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Polyphia is just Chapman stick for cool kids.
Okay.
That's all it is. That's what Polyphia is.
Do you remember?
It's Star Wars Cantina music.
Do you remember what was was it Keith Young? What was that guy's name? Kurt Young. Kurt Young.
Why are you bringing up Kurt Young?
Do you remember Kurt Young?
The cable guy?
Crazy music guy. Yeah.
But he's the cable TV UFO cult guy.
Yeah, he's a cable TV UFO cult math rock guy.
Or is that math rock?
I don't know.
I know he got into crazy time signatures, and that was the interesting thing about him, but we should play a Kurt Young song at the end.
We should play a Kurt Young song right now.
No, not right now. Right. But we want people to keep listening.
Okay, so
yeah, and apparently our voices is the way to lock that in.
I think it's interesting that it seems to be the direction he is marketed in. I wonder. Do you think it's an intentional marketing choice by his PR or from?
Well, in a way, I really, really like it with him. With Joe Bonamassa, the clickbaity stuff, the out of context stuff was aggravating to me because it was like, oh, great. Here's the most cringy, like, boomer hot take you can get. Like, this is the patron saint of boomers. Well, and like, I don't like, but with Tim Henson, it's like, I love that this guy's trolling the metalheads. Like, I love that energy. Like
you just want people to troll metalheads.
I just want people to troll metalheads. They're not as tough as they act. They're the most insecure music fans there are.
Do you think it's just more tolerable? Okay, let me ask this. Is it more tolerable?
Metal fans are fans of one of the most popular genres of music to ever exist, and they are deeply, bitterly insecure that all other genres of music, especially pop, flat out just exist. Like, you ever hear like or see a metal person talking about pop, they act like pop beat them up in middle school.
It did.
It didn't.
It did.
Oh my God.
All of those kids listening to...
Yeah, all the Britney Spears fans were giving metalhead guys swirlies.
Train, listening to their Maroon 5, listening to their Weezer, their Kid Rock all night long.
Right.
All summer long? I don't know. I'm just naming off every song that Pat Finnerty's did a why this song sucks.
But I'm totally on board with Tim Henson or his PR crew or whoever's grabbing these quotes from him. I'm totally on board with them just trolling metal fans.
Do you think the vibe is like the vibe of the person is the big key here?
And I also love that he's like, but he, you know, that he's. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That you know, in many people's opinion, Joe Bonamassa gives off, you know, Apple Store middle management vibes, whereas like Tim Henson gives off, you know, pissed off 7-Eleven clerk vibes.
I feel like you and I are reading Tim Henson in a very different way.
I don't know how to read Tim Henson. I don't know. Tim Henson could walk into this room right now and I'd just say, why are you dressed like a Matrix extra?
Well, I think part of the thing that pisses off like the boomer set and a lot of the metal set and a lot of the more like traditional guitarist set out there with Tim is that he pushes stylistically and visually and personality wise this very kind of like androgynous, like male fashion sort of vibe that just pisses off.
See, that's a visual you
a
have
lot of people.
Because I don't know, again, I don't know what Tim Henson looks like.
You don't know what he looks like?
I don't really know what he looks like. I'm going to look him up right now.
All right. You don't even know what he looks like.
He just looks like a guy.
Because I spend time where the trolls live on the internet. I see pictures of him all the time.
Yeah.
Like he wears like eyeliner and nail polish and he's very kind of like thin and wispy. Like it's, I mean, like for lack of a better term, he's very sexy in a way. Like it's sexy in like a way that, you know, like Ziggy Stardust is sexy. You know, like this very like Bowie throwback sexiness.
All right, I'm gonna do this
via androgyny. You know,
I'm gonna do this because I gotta know. Just gotta know. Oh, good for Tim Henson. Good for Tim Henson.
What? What's good for him?
Tim Henson's Chinese.
All right. You're personally soaked on that
because you're talking about that he looks androgynous, but to me he looks like a guy trying to look like a K-pop act.
Okay, I can see that.
And so the question is he actually like Asian or is he wearing yellowface? And he's not wearing yellowface.
He's not wearing yellowface. Okay, so is that what you were worried about?
No, that is
okay.
As an Asian American person, is a thing that I find concerning when I see someone, especially when your name is Tim Henson, which is like one. I mean, my name is also Steve Rao, which is also
Were you expecting to see a photo of him holding a puppet?
No, I was not. I will say I was not. I don't really know a lot about this guy, so I'm looking at pictures and I'm kind of seeing all these pictures for the first time.
Okay.
I don't go on the
where did
I
you
don't
get
spend
the
time on
7-Eleven clerk vibes from?
just because it's like I feel like that was the vibe I got from him off the Rick Beato video.
All right.
That he was just kind of like a
dude.
angsty kid.
Okay.
Who's like super good at guitar, but kind of like he gives off like a gives off a whatever vibe.
He's the age of someone that could work at a 7-Eleven, but he doesn't have 7-Eleven vibes. He would work at like kind of he would be like a fry chef at like Hodad's.
Okay.
Like hanging out with the tattoo crew back there.
Right.
But
right.
And like blasting music in the kitchen sort of thing. But then kind of like alternative, you know, like not a metal guy, not a punk guy, but like local hamburger shop guy who like don't ever expect customer service out of him sort of vibe, you know. I don't know.
And maybe he's really good at customer service, but by looking at him, you wouldn't expect.
But I don't want to like stereotype him as someone who's not good at customer service, because Tim Henson could be amazing at customer service. That's the thing. That's the thing that's going to get blown up by all the guitar media is like, you know, 60 cycle hum. Ryan Burke says that Tim Henson isn't good at customer service. It's completely taken out of context.
Think about all of these. Think about all of these like stereotypes you're trying to put this man in.
I know.
Tim Henson in a box.
Don't put Tim Henson in a box. Come on, guys. You know, like, you know, I hope he comes out with, you know, the third installment of his clickbait headlines. We got Boomer Bins, smash hit. That right there, that's your new hope.
Yeah, yeah.
Then we get, you know, it's not cool to be in a metal band.
Yeah, because they're broke.
We've got
that's
a
Empire
sequel.
Strikes Back.
That's Empire Strikes Back. It's a little darker. It's a little grittier. What is going to be Return of the Jedi from Tim Henson?
It's going to be Tim Henson doing a feature on a.
This is the stupidest line of conversation.
It's going to be Tim Henson, Harry Styles collab.
Tim, come hang out with us sometime. Open invitation. Yeah, Tim is going to say something defending pop music, and that's going to make the boomers crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to be the equivalent to Ewoks, where people are like, oh, why are there cute bears in my Star Wars? I wanted it to be hardcore. He's going to like say, hey, as, you know, like a hyper-talented guitarist who plays in a way that you will never be able to imagine. I'm totally into this pop act that you can't stand. And it's just going to drive people nuts.
I feel like I should listen to some Polyphia on the way home.
Do it.
I think like one song would cover most of my drive.
Maybe. How fast are you going to go?
They do have a couple like 8+ minute songs.
Yeah, you're gonna have time, Steve. It's like an hour drive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna make
Unless
it.
I go real fast.
Yeah, I don't think you can go that fast.
I can't. Not in my car.
What do you have again?
A Corolla.
Your Corolla's not going to go like light speed,
No,
dude.
it goes like 0 to 60 eventually.
It goes 0 to 60. It just does. Like, we don't know how long it takes. Yeah. It does.
We've never tried to time it.
You're driving along. You're like, oh, look at that.
I'm doing 60.
I'm doing 60. How long has that been happening? I have no idea. All right. Let's move on and
was this a good topic?
Is this a good video? As long as it gets picked up by that lamestream guitar media, and we get our own little quote taken out of context to blow up on the internet for a few weeks. That's all I want out of life, baby. Just give it to me.
All right.
Give it to me, Ultimate Guitar. You know you want to give it to me. You've been waiting for a moment. Come on, Premier Guitar. You know you want to pick this up. Tim Henson. Terrible at customer service. Put it in digital print, is all I'm saying.
If you want to support this nonsense, head on over to patreon.com/60 Cycle Humcast, where for as little as $1 a month, you can get on our little scroll at the end of the
credits
episode. At the $5 level, we'll send you some stickers and pics. At the $10 level, I'll grab a couple items out of our donated things that companies and have sent us, or we've picked up at conferences,
conventions,
trade shows.
Sometimes we just grab crap that I have laying around, like, Steve, throw this in your pile of stuff to give away.
Bingo. Sometimes I take a pedal out of the
Forta
box, and a couple of those pedals are in there, and there you go. At the $25 level, you get bragging rights, and which is just the same at the $10 level, but you get to tell people that that you did more than
it's
that.
a flex. It is a flex.
No one's watching you flex, but it is a flex.
And then you get to be, maybe on, Steve, this is a terrible idea, but also kind of fun. What if on the end credits, we put their dollar amount pledge after their name?
It's going to require work for me to, that's going to require me to do work. No, thank you.
It's like a shame thing.
That's so awkward.
It's super bad. We will never do that. But oh my gosh, that would be wild. You see all the $1 and then you see like that $150 and like, hell yeah.
The thing is I feel like it's worse for the people who are like at the 25 plus than it is for the people who are like $1.
Right.
Like the dollar people are like, yeah,
I'm an everyday guy.
I'm an everyday guy.
Yeah.
I'm giving a monthly.
But at like $25, like you start worrying that people are going to hit you up for money.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like winning the lottery. Like, oh, that guy's loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what's it like to play a Dumble, Mr. $25 a month?
This episode is also
you have two? You run them in stereo? Must be nice.
This episode's also brought to you by Big Ear Pedals.
That's right.
They make this pedal the L.
Steve is holding the L right now. It is fantastic. Always on
reverb.
It kind of dances in between this classic vintage, like Belton Bricky, slapbacky sort of sound, mixed with a very subtle and tasteful, I might say, modulation that makes
the
it
color knob
perfect for your always on style reverb. You just want to touch a reverb, you want to splash, or you want to push a little bit to like an ambient sort of vibe. The L is a great addition to any board, so check it out. Big Ear Pedals will be getting back in the game soon. They had a big move that complicated their workflow, but they will be making pedals again soon and selling them to you, so follow them on all their social media.
This show is also brought to you,
Steve,
by Stringjoy, crafted in Nashville, Tennessee, and played on stages worldwide.
Did you know that our link is an affiliate link, Steve?
Yeah, I did.
I wasn't totally sure on that.
I've been promoting people to go to stringjoy.com or to click on the link below. Really, you click on the link below.
Someone clicked on the link and they bought strings, and we were sent money. So I like that. Do that again.
Stringjoy strings are crafted one at a time by Nashville musicians who know that great art is made with great tools. It's our mission to make strings. It's their mission. It's not our mission.
They sent me a bunch of strings. I've been using them on everything, and I've been greatly enjoying them. I have them on my new Jazzmaster over there. I put them on this guy. I put them on the Silver Sky. I've been putting them on all sorts of stuff.
I want to try their coateds. I got a couple guitars at home that I think would be perfect for their coateds.
I love coated strings. I want to try their coateds. We should hit them up. We'll email them this week, and we'll get some coated strings to try out. Yeah. What gauge do you want, Steve? Or do you want to come up with a custom?
I just want like a standard set of coated 11s because I want to put it on my bullet that sits out. And I think I need some coated strings
Coated
to put on that.
strings are great for guitars that you leave out. And you see like the way I run things around here, my guitars are always out. So yeah, I'm definitely excited about the coated strings. Yep. All right. What now, Steve?
Now we talk about what's new. No, now we do an ad. Just kidding. Gotcha, bitch.
That was a little rude, Steve. We're doing the bender.
The
bender. This guitar is bendy in every way you could imagine. This is a local one. I found this.
Ryan?
Yes?
This is a parts caster.
Oh, no kidding.
The body is a 2016 MIM. The neck is, I think, a Warmoth, a licensed Fender replacement neck. It's not a genuine Fender neck. Pickups sound great. I forgot the brand of puck-ups. It was put together by a gentleman in Tennessee, Forrest Lee Jr. This is a radical guitar. I don't want to part with her, but I play pedal steel guitar now and neglect all my guitars. The bender works great. It's set up for full step bend now. It can be set up for half step bend if you want. The Bigsby works great. It has locking tuners and a hip shot drop D tuner on the low E. Candy, apple red, dice knobs, pearloid pickguard. I gigged with this girl. How do you know it's a girl?
Yeah.
For about a year and a half. She's a beast. I use 11s. Comes with Fender Soft gig bag.
Think about like
$2,100.
any woman in your life.
Dave.
How would she react if you turned to her and said, "You're a beast"? Oh, you're just a beast, aren't you? I mean, I'm just kind of hot, I guess. I'll try it on my wife. We'll see how she reacts. Don't remember seeing pictures of this guitar having genitals.
You got to throw in the full thing. You're a beast, baby. Let me bend your bee. What does that mean?
I don't know, but I don't like it. So obviously, okay, when I saw this pop up, I had a moment where I was like, I've always been bender curious. And this has a lot of benders going on. It has a lot of wiggle stuff going on.
Yeah. Got a bender and a Bigsby.
It's not cheap to get bender guitars.
Yeah.
So $2,100 isn't ridiculous.
No, it's actually not.
I originally thought like, oh, it's just an MIM telly, but then I realized now that it has a warm-off neck, which could go either way. It could be an upgrade or it could be like,
well, it's got a maybe warm-off neck, right?
Or it may be warm-off.
But the baseline on this is even if it was just a Mexican telly, you're talking about like, say, a $500 telly.
Right.
Say $450.
Right.
Then you're going to slap a Bigsby on it, which I guess like looks like a pretty easy mount, but you probably either
let's call that Bigsby $200.
Yeah. Do you think assuming that regardless of what modifications they had to do to the bridge, to the bridge pan, ashtray, what the hell is it called? Whatever.
Right. Yeah.
To get that on there, $200. So $650. I looked up what a Bender install runs, and it's like $1,400.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
So when you combine those two things, you're looking at like $2,000. Whoa,
why are you messing up the table, Steve?
You're looking at like $2,000 to get this job done yourself. Now, this goes back to the whole like side grade rule, where it's like, well, yeah, I mean, like it's cool and all, but
right.
I don't know. If you were to try to just go find something of similar grade that was in a shop, I think you'd probably be looking at somewhere in the $1,500 to $2,000 range.
Easy. But it's also got that hip shot tuner too.
Yeah.
It's got a B bender, it's got a Bigsby, it's got a D-tuna hip shot tuner on there, so you can drop the low E to D.
It's got dice knobs.
I'm really interested in that dynamic of the Bigsby has every string but the B on it. Like, how is that going to chord when you're using the Bigsby? Like, the B is going to be left out of whatever you're doing.
Oh.
Like the surfy little wobbles I like to do would be wonky on this. Like, that combination is very interesting to me. Like, I want to try it. Like, I wonder if this guy would just rent it to me for a week. Hey, have you sold this yet? Can I rent it from you for like $100? I'll bring it back to you. I'll leave a guitar with you as a deposit or something like that.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Like the D-tuner is like, there are people who use those like mid-song creative ways.
Yeah.
I'm never going to do something like that. A lot of this stuff is like, I'm not actually musically smart enough to incorporate a B bender into my normal everyday playing. I just want to spend time with one and have fun with it, But then the other side of this is like, yeah, it's $2,100, but there's that made in America. It was like a signature B bender, that primer gray with the middle pickup.
I think it's the Brent Mason.
That B bender, that's like $2,800.
Yeah,
but that's not a parts caster. You get one of those. Say you get one of those on the used market. Let's call it $2,500. If you decide that you're not vibing with it, you can sell it again for $2,500 or somewhere around that. If you bought it used at that price, someone else will too. Like
let's see what a Brent Mason is on Reverb.
Sure. Maybe it goes for more for some weird reason or something like that. Where this You are taking a bit of a risk.
A 2600 on Reverb.
I got pretty close. $100
Some
off.
of them are a little over, but most of them are 23 to 26.
23 to 26. I was.
No Bixby though.
Right, but the Bixby is really odd to be paired with a B-bender.
No D-Tuna.
Yeah, but come on. Like if I'm going to buy a big B-bender guitar, it's going to be because of the B-bender. It's not going to be because of the other stuff. If I decide I want the other stuff, then I'll go for it, I guess. Really, I just need to get one of those little, like, the behind the bridge things that gives you the little paddles to do B-bending. If I'm actually curious about trying this. Those ain't cheap either, though.
No, they're not.
I think they're like $400 or $500, $600, something like that.
Cheaper than 1400.
Yeah, and I guess you could. I mean, it's going to leave holes.
Yeah.
Is the thing. I don't know. Like, if someone was B-bender curious, would this be a better way to go than that signature American Fender?
I feel, is that the cheapest B-bender, you think?
I can't think of a single other production B-bender right now.
Let's see.
Like, they're so rare for those to be production models. Like, it's something that you have done to your guitar.
And it's that particular one, because I'm looking at, like, other...
Right, there's other models of B-benders.
The Fender Telecaster Nashville B-bender is like $2,500, $3,000.
It's $3,000?
Yep.
Damn. It's a notoriously expensive instrument to get into, to do the one thing. The bending the B string or the G string.
Let's see if I
while the other strings stay in place to get that really cool, syrupy, clean pedal steel sort of country sound. Like, you have to pay out the nose to get that sound. And I just want to try it.
Like, here's someone else who has a parts caster, but it's got the...
I got to try one at Sweetwater, but I didn't have a strap. And so I was playing it and someone else was manually...
There's a parts caster with the Glazer B-bender on Reverb for $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one where the strap attaches, instead of being like this heavy routing thing, the strap is attached to the
neck plate.
The neck plate.
Yeah.
That's the Glazer. But this
there's a bunch of different models.
Doesn't look like you can get this one under 23. So, but that's for a Fender American with the B-bender. 97.
You'd think there probably is someone out there just selling pre-routed kit bodies.
Oh, probably.
But I bet the hardware itself is probably not cheap.
Yeah.
You think there'd be a cottage industry? Maybe there's just not enough demand. There'd be a cottage industry of people figuring out how to do it on the cheap. Like, there's got to be a routing template out there where you could do it yourself, but maybe it just has to be so precise that you really don't want to try.
I think it's also just like a lot of routing.
It is a lot of routing, but if you have a router template and you have a router, it doesn't matter that it's a lot of routing. Like, you have the template.
All right, guys and gals, if you've done a B-bender install, tell us, why is it so damn expensive?
Yeah. Is it just because you can? Because you can charge that much? I don't know. All right, what next, Steve?
What's next, Ryan, is I want to know...
Are you going to go my way?
What's new?
I don't know if I have anything new.
Oh. You want to just open some mail?
Yeah, let's open some mail.
Let's do some mail.
You don't have anything new?
I don't have anything new.
I'm going to think of something new later. You open those letters. Oh, I'll grab the Cyclone. And then we have this box from the Go-Gorillas to check out.
This is from Adam Pope. Opening the letter. Oh, here's a sticker for the Brandon Holiday Memorial Scholarship. Let's see what he says. Hi guys, I keep forgetting to send this. I designed this to raise funds for an endowed scholarship for a friend I lost 2021. You can find his story on Give Campus if you Google Brandon Holiday Scholarship Fund. He loved superheroes, hence the theme. On a show-related note, I'm looking to build a Mustang or Duosonic 2 soon. What is your take on pickup choice for those? I've never been a fan of Mustang pickups, but I own
90s Mexican Duosonic that I absolutely love the sound of the pickups from. But from like visually, they honestly just look like 90s ceramic Strat pickups.
Right.
So it might not be the pickups. It might just be the scale length affecting how they sound and the fact that I keep fairly heavy strings on it.
So are you just thinking like go with some low output Strat pickup of some sort? Or like just a normal output?
I mean, it's super, like, here's the thing. Mustang pickups look super cool because they have that solid cover.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you want that look, might as well just try it. Just give it a shot. You might like the sound of Mustang pickups. I just don't like them for some reason, which is strange because you'd think that would be a perfect guitar for me, considering my love of my Duosonic, you know? Oh, I had some stickers here that I pulled aside. Oh, one anyways. This came with the Warm Audio pedals that I covered a week or so back.
This is from Scientific Uppercut.
Nice. I love that name.
He says, "Hi, Brian and Steve. I've been a fan of the channel for a while now. Recently started listening to the podcast while on my daily adventures. Really enjoy what y'all are are doing for the guitar industry community, especially the small-time dudes like myself. I normally have hats and t-shirts, but I've run dry. I don't know which is correct. LOL. Any Hoosier, here's a couple stickers and patches for y'all. When I get some more t-shirts in, I'll be sure to send some out to the West Coast. Also, if you or anyone wants to keep up with my wacky, humorous inventions and really bad guitar playing, give me a follow on Instagram at scientific.uppercut. I also make guitar parts. If you need anything like bridges, pick guards, control plates, and or neck plates, do not hesitate to give me a holler. P.S. I had this typed in Impact, but it was dang near unreadable. You almost got Comic Sans as a backup.
I love the patches. Thank you so much for sending patches.
Yeah, I'm excited about patches.
Do you have anything you put patches on?
No, not yet, but I'm working on something.
Steve, don't worry. Steve has a plan.
I don't know. What is there? What do you put patches on?
So I have a piece of cork, like corkboard that I have on my office wall where I've been sticking all my pins and then like safety pinning patches that I get on there. So I would like someday to be the quirky old guy with, you know, like a sailor's hat and a denim jacket that's covered in, or a denim vest that's covered in cool old patches and stuff like that. I like the
corkboard idea.
I can't pull it off now. I don't want to be like middle-aged punk dad. I want to be senior citizen. I want to be a punk senior citizen.
Right.
You know, that's I think that's my eventual goal, to be a punk rock senior citizen that has a sleeveless denim jacket that has all sorts of patches and pins all over it. So I'm saving up for that.
Very cool.
For my retirement.
I have it. That's a good idea.
My cultural retirement.
I have a corkboard in my garage, so I could put some things on there.
We really only have, these are the biggest spaces left, like right there and right there. Everything else is like bloop, bloop.
I mean, if we got some other, like this plane without a pilot sticker where it's like the small rectangle, we could go across, like we could go under the strings.
I'm just thinking about the pink. I don't even care about the pick guard at this point. But if we can get all the pink pretty much covered up, maybe we'll even just ignore little bloops like that. You know, right there. We should mail, whoever wins this, we should send it with a bottle of Goo Gone. Oh, and then we've got a package from the Go-Go Rillas here.
Oh, yeah. Here, let me put that. Well, no,
there might be stickers, Steve. There might be stickers. Come on. It's just stabbed into whatever's in there. Hopefully it's not alive, right? I bet it's just a bunch of rotten bananas. If this has been sitting in the post office for a week with bananas in it.
Smell it. Come on.
The tape they chose is strong. I can't rip it.
They want you to knife towards yourself.
Must be gorilla tape if there is such a thing.
I think there is.
There's a shirt. There's 2 shirts in here.
Nice.
I love it. Oh, and there's some CDs. Oh, I wish I'd opened this the first episode. I could have wore this shirt this episode.
That's a great looking
we
shirt.
got some awesome stickers here too. Look at that. We got 2 of those.
Oh, wow.
2 of these. All right. and he's playing the DePinto.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys. Go-Gorillas are an awesome band. Go look up videos of them. They have music videos and stuff. Where I feel like this is going a place of honor. I don't want to stick it just.
No, then put it somewhere cool. Slides. Oh, my arm. Ryan.
Thank you, Go-Gorillas. Everyone go give them a listen. If you like this channel, you're gonna like them.
Yeah.
That's just the reality of it. All right, go hang that bad boy up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it down.
Yeah, I got a couple CDs here. Buggy Gang Banana Party. And just regular Banana Party. I love that. That's so beautiful. All right, what are we doing now, Steve? You keep the show on track. This show would not function without Steve.
We are doing from Craig Brinker. This is the Ender.
Well, I missed the F. It's supposed to say Fender guitar.
You're the one who screwed it up.
I screwed it up in Drive.
Oh my
Steve.
gosh. Okay, this is from some guy. Fender guitar pickup Cabarita. Oh, that's like a town near Concord. This is in Sydney, New South Wales. What? Oh my gosh, there is a serial number on here. What? So the person took this serial number.
It's a Made in Mexico serial number from the 90s.
And they plugged it in here, and it's the serial number is AMXN712676, and it says this is a California Strat. I'm not sure what RWFRD is. That's a color code. I'm just not. I'm not sure what color code that is. But that is, as you say, for a Strat, and this is clearly.
It's not even a guitar; it's a bass.
Yeah.
It's some sort of old, funky. For some reason,
Did you look at the bridge?
Yeah, my instincts are going for like a univoxy, but like late funky univoxy sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it looks hella cool, and I wouldn't pay 200, but I might pay 100. I might pay 100 for this. Okay, let's go through what we're looking at here. It's kind of stratty in shape, but not quite a real Strat. It has a long Fenderish headstock, but with a beak telling you immediately this is not a real Fender guitar. It's got a zero nut. Yeah. It's got a giant fat white plastic nut. It's got white plastic tuners with white plastic little, the rings that go around the tuner part. It has some sort of really crappy looking water slide on it. It honestly doesn't even look like a water slide. How did they get that logo on there? But it's missing so much detail and so much color as a Fender decal would.
Yeah.
The body. Yeah, it's some sort of Stratty body, but kind of pushing into this weird hybrid of like a 60s kind of like Teisco K sort of thing with that big neck joint. But then the horns themselves are kind of super Stratty, which is wild. But then there's like this Burns kind of vibe with those big round hot dog sausage looking pickups.
Yeah.
And the kind of funky Gumby round black with, black, white, black pick guard here with little black Bakelite knobs. The bridge, something happened to the saddles, and whoever is in charge of, caring for this guitar put a chunk of wood in to be the bridge.
No, that's not a chunk of wood, dude.
What is that?
That's a Jenga block.
No! Oh my gosh, it is.
I mean, it's a chunk of wood.
We're both right.
But so the wild thing is the description of California Strat RWFRD.
This is totally a Teisco build of some variety.
This is almost there. RWFRD is rosewood, which this is a rosewood fretboard, but FRD is Fiesta Red. And this is maybe Dakota Red. Do you think that's Dakota Red?
It's a little bit too dark for that. It kind of looks like it might be a metallic. It's just dirty.
A Metallica?
A Metallica. Yeah. No, dude, that's Megadeth.
Oh,
yeah, so you always get it mixed up. Yeah.
Oh, so frustrating. Damn it. I'm gonna have to sleep with one eye open tonight after getting that one wrong.
Yeah, Dave Mustardstein is going to show up and beat you up in your sleep, as he does. Has anyone called him Dave Mustardstein before?
I'm sure someone has. Though with that hair, he's more like Dave Ketchupstain.
That's the thing that's going to get picked up by that crooked guitar print media. Ryan Burke of 60 Cycle Hum calls Dave Mustaine Dave Mustard Stain for literally no reason. He's never had a mustard stain in his life. It's just words that sound similar. That's the only joke there. But if $100, if this was local, I'd have a tough time not going out the door just because I love how funky it is. And all I'd need to do...
It's got some good vibes.
It's got some great vibes. All I'd need to do to make it functional is either find saddles or swap the bridge.
I think, I was going to say, I think it needs a new nut, but it's got a 0 fret.
It's got a 0 fret. The nut's a guide. It's not actually a nut. It's just a guide. So it's totally fine, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you need is some strings from Stringjoy.
This would be a sick baritone conversion. I just love the look of those pickups. Like it's simultaneously like 3 decades. It's the 60s with that Tysco neck joint and that neck. It's the 70s with the color and just the kind of vibe of it. And it's the 90s with that super strat.
Well, all you got to do is message this guy
and it just skipped over the 80s. Screw the 80s, it says.
And see how much it's going to cost to ship this thing from Australia. That's the other thing.
Isn't Australia?
Yeah, so this is $200, but that's 200 Australian dollars, which is like $100.
It's the right price.
Like, I don't know.
Go buy it. I need to do a road case to Australia.
This would be $130.
Wow, get it.
So it's in your ballpark.
I guess right. It's the thing. I feel good about my guess now. I guessed it in Australian bucks. My numbers were upside down and I didn't even know it.
Wow, you're so close.
My guess was
and yet this base is so far away.
My guess was so close and so good that flat earthers can't believe it.
All you need to do is recalibrate the instrument, and then it'll prove that the Earth is flat.
This just proves that we need to keep looking for the truth.
All right, this episode is also brought to you by a company that may or may not have some flat earthers working at it. Chase Bliss Audio.
What the hell?
I don't know.
That's a huge thing to say, Steve.
I was just making a segue. I said may or may not, so I mean, it probably doesn't. It's definitely plausible that there are no flat earthers at Chase Bliss Audio.
We just lost our longest running sponsorship ever, Steve. Or we like doubled down on it. We'll never lose it.
I just want to know when this delay sends out a ping, is it affected by the shape of the Earth?
Do we have to factor in the Coriolis effect?
Of course.
Of Coriolis.
Of Coriolis.
It's the Thermae, everybody. It's back in production. You can order them. Get yourself a Thermae.
It's an analog delay pitch shifter.
It is my favorite Chase Bliss delay. It just is. And they're making them again. So buy one. Gosh dang it. Christmas is coming up.
Christmas is coming up.
Christmas is coming up quick.
I need to get myself one of these.
Get yourself one for Christmas.
For all the guitar playing I do.
How much do I love it? It's already got a relic on the side because I've been using it. I got aggressive with the plug and I reliced it.
Is that really what happened?
I don't know how that happened, but it happened. If I sold it, I'd have to knock, like $5 off because of that.
You'd have to mark it up because it's been played by Ryan Burke of 60 Cycle Home.
No, Steve.
All right, head on over to chasebusaudio.com.
Bad.
They are direct to consumer now. So you go to their website and you buy.
They cut out the middleman. Sorry, middlemen of the world. Chase Bliss is against you. Sorry. And they may or may not have flat earth employees.
I made the note that we were starting this next ad at 5150 because I thought it would be cool, but you kept talking.
Everyone's going to be pissed when you set the chapters on the video, Steve. Oh, he's not this. Oh, it was only 4 seconds until it got to the. No one cares, Steve. No one cares.
Well, no, I watched the videos to make sure that the chapters are set accurately.
You're an animal.
I know.
You're an animal. Why would you do that to yourself?
Why? Because this is a vintage T-60 solid body modified electric guitar. Functionality not known.
I almost put this on the Halloween episode.
As is shown, appear to be unused for a while and most likely need some maintenance. The model number is below the sticker that is difficult to remove.
So this was posted on Goodwill, and Michael Krause sent it, right?
I don't know. It just says Mutated T-60.
Oh, maybe he didn't. I'm pretty sure Michael Krause did. So he sent a bunch of stuff that was all Goodwill stuff. And this is the one that I picked. We've seen a lot of mutilated Peavey guitars from the series, the T-60s, the T-20s.
Oh, I just realized what's happening here.
Yeah, there's a...
Because I'm going backwards through the photos. And I know there was an attached neck. I didn't really understand what that attachment was. It's one of those
Casio electronic keyboard necks.
Oh my God.
And a lot of this is like fairly clean, like like breaking up the Casio electronic guitar so that you have the control panel on the face of the Peavey is really clean. What's not really clean is a giant freaking like tackle box connected to the back of the guitar that is like twice as thick as the guitar itself. And these Peaveys were already heavy ass guitars. Like some of the heaviest guitars I've ever picked up.
They're heavy and mostly made out of ass.
They're cool guitars, and people are discovering them again and getting stoked on these old Peaveys.
All right, man.
But the giant, like when this person realized they were going to need to mount a gigantic wooden box to the back of this guitar, that was the moment where they should have quit.
Yeah.
The rest of this is ambitious and fairly well done. I think the guitar neck attachment and that control attachment on the face, if you got playing out of this, if this was a band instrument for you and it was a showstopper or whatever, like, cool, you did it. You did it to a guitar that used to pawn shop for $200 and now they pawn shop for... I don't know what they go for, but I know that they're creeping up around 1,000.
22 hours left
on this. Yeah,
this is $231.
Well, I screen grabbed this like 5 hours ago. Oh,
Steve. You actually? So this was
was today. I screen grabbed this today.
Okay, I didn't know if it was a link or if photos were just submitted. This body, oh, sheesh.
It almost looks like a movie prop. It looks so good from the front. Like this is something Doc Brown would have in the 80s.
Until I got to this picture of the upper bout, which is this picture here. So we have it in the set. So y'all would see it. And also it'll be on the Imgur. Until I got to this photo, I thought, you know what? For like $250.
Oh, you can't reverse it.
I would just get rid of everything. But this is not like, if this was just mounted with the screw holes, like maybe you just dowel it and you have a fun story. But this is more work than I can do. No,
you're not. No one's saving this. They're just buying you're buying one that's unmolested. What is the current bid? Is $231?
$231. That's what I'm saying.
Why? I mean, that's still like, F it. Let's get something weird money.
I mean, for what it's worth, like looking at this pick guard, there's a lot of dust and maybe mildew damage.
Yeah, no, this thing has not been kept well.
Oh, you know what? There's plastic still on this pick guard.
What? How? Why?
I don't know, but
why?
Maybe if you peel that off. How can that be? Because the Peavey
it cannot. It cannot have its original plastic.
What is this? That's plastic.
He cut his own protective plastic. He could. This madman, this mad scientist, cut his own protective plastic. For some unknown reason. You know what I need to protect on this guitar? Not all the parts I removed to add a Casio electric guitar synthesizer thing. I need to protect the pickguard. So I'm going to cut a custom piece of clear film to protect it.
There's something missing.
Because there's absolutely no way that's the factory pickguard protector.
What's missing right here? Was that like the original output jack and moved it to the side?
No.
Because now it's there.
But no, because there used to be a phase knob there. I think the phase knob just broke off. Because I think these were side jack. Yeah, it's originally side jack. That's not an aftermarket side jack.
All right.
That's original.
This is coming original for sure.
All entertainers should come original, in my opinion.
That was a switch. There was a switch. I think
so phase switch. This is a model that already started out fairly complicated. Here's what happened. This was this guy's first guitar. He wanted the guitar that had the most complicated electronics because it's the 70s or the early 80s or something like that. He's like, I want to get technological. Like I've got a poster with the 80s grid on it in my room, and someday I'm going to own a computer. He gets it with all these options. He's like, yeah, why wouldn't I want to adjust phase? Stuff like that. I want to get into some weirdness here. And this just appealed to him. And that took him down a road of modification that he never came back from. You know what happened the moment he finished this guitar? He turned into an ethereal being that became part of the entire universe as a whole, all the way down to the smallest fragment of a quark. He inhabits the entire universe because of the wisdom and the personal achievement that he gained by completing this instrument.
Ryan, this guitar has a problem.
The first chord turned him into a god. The second chord turned him into all creation. And he's grown weary of this world and all its problems. Okay, we'll see. What's your question?
This guitar has a big problem.
Has it got a big old problem?
How do you change the strings?
Oh, damn.
It's a string through body.
No, there's hinges on the back box, Steve.
Which one of those is a hinge? They're all hinges. It's all hinges. Oops, all hinges.
Oops, all hinges? Let me see the other side.
Like, I can't...
It is hinged on the other side. Damn it! These are the original strings, and they will never not be the original strings.
Like, is this... I can't tell if this maybe isn't screwed down.
One screw opens it.
It looks like you're going to have to
unscrew something. You have to unscrew something to change the strings because it's string through. Damn it! Damn it!
Oops, all
Why is this guitar so frustrating?
Oh my goodness.
If he had
mutilated T-60.
All he needed to do is, I bet it's not thick enough. He probably wanted to route out the back of the body.
Oh no.
And once he realized, the pickups are in the way of my plans to do that, he just did the box thing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's a rough road.
But look at all the options he has here. He can transpose. He's got acoustic guitar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Electric guitar. 1, 2, 3. No, just 1, 2. Flanger, distortion. Glocken. I'm assuming a glockenspiel sound.
Glockenspiel.
Crystal, harp. You could give this guitar to Emily and she could play it. Funky clav. Oh my gosh. Jazz organ, mandolin organ, trumpet, flute, chorus, clarinet. Oh, there's a rhythm section with rock, 16-beat rock, pops, reggae, country, enka?
What?
Enka, under country. Swing. What is the lost genre of enka? To the Google, Steve. Swing, blues, bossa nova, slow rock, waltz, and tango.
What? Enka is a Japanese music genre, which makes sense because it says, is this the Roland?
Yeah. You can add sustain and reverb and a solo setting, and you can up the tempo or down the tempo. Imagine the possibilities, Steve. It's a modern marvel. Like, this is where the future... This guy was like... He built this in 1982, but he was living in 2023. Like I'm saying we're like right there right now, like the Moore, like GTR stuff where
right.
stuff is built in and whatnot, fairly unobtrusive. Like he was headed that direction. A drum machine in your guitar?
Drum machine joy.
A bossa nova setting? Are you kidding me?
Which one's the Casio bossa nova? Is that the...
Steve knows his Casio
Is it?
beats. I've got one on my Casio Tone 3.
I know, I just don't remember what the bossa nova one is.
Yeah, it's pretty. No, it's got more like those clunky congas in it. Like I can't do a bossa nova with my mouth.
Just do like...
I'm not a mouth bossa nova boy.
All right.
I do bossa nova with my butt.
Gross.
Yeah, it's like twerking, but bossa nova twerking. Ask my wife; she'll tell you. I've been working on it a long time.
Hold on. To the Facebook.
What are we doing now? What are we
Posting on Lauren's wall. Does Ryan play
bossa nova?
How
with his
often
butt?
does Ryan bossa nova on his butt?
Not on my butt.
With his butt?
With my butt.
Oh, okay.
It is the appendage that I use, and as far as I'm concerned, it's an appendage at this point. The appendage that I use to bossa nova.
It's fully functional
Yeah.
in multiple techniques.
Your butt's not fully functional, Steve? Come on. If you got a butt, it's fully functional. Was that really the last ad?
That's the last ad.
Really?
Unless you
We're
want to
an
do
hour
another
in?
ad. You want to do
No,
another ad?
I do not.
I think we
wanna go
have
to
more
bed.
ads if you want to do
No,
more
I
ads.
don't, Steve. Don't talk
sure?
me into it, please.
All right. This last song, it's not the last song. Presuming there's more episodes, it's not the last song.
Steve is known to have clairvoyant abilities. That is canon on the show now. Steve is a known clairvoyant, and he just said this is our last song.
But then I said it's not the last song.
Be worried.
All right. Philip Lecleed sends this in. He says, here's a link to a song I made called Sweet Thing. I had some fun using a vocoder to mask my otherwise unusable singing voice. It's a YouTube lit playlist. So let's see what happens.
What is it called again?
Sweet Things.
Sweet things.
Sweet Thing.
Sweet things.
I don't think there's a video. I think it's just a song on YouTube.
Now
was super cool.
Yeah, I dug that. You know who wouldn't play that?
Who?
Tim Henson.
Too many boomer bands?
Too many boomer bands. Great groove, great vibe. Like funny and kind of sexy and kind of corny at the same time, but in like an endearing way and well executed. So
yeah, very well executed. Wow, clap.
Yeah, I mean, you got a little taste of my butt bossa nova.
I had an idea while listening to this song. I'm going to throw this out to you right now.
Okay, give me your idea.
This episode comes out like November 8th, I think.
Yes.
We're going to need a little runway in December, maybe, or maybe just to take it easy at some point.
All right.
What if, and maybe we did this already and I forgot, but my thought is, what if we have people send us their original and covers of Christmas songs? And we just do an episode where we listen to user submitted songs, like songs that they made.
Are you pitching a Christmas Friends situation?
Yeah, but for the show.
Yeah, I love it. If you've got home recorded Christmas songs, no matter the quality, if they're pro, if you recorded something on your phone with the Notes app while sitting on the toilet, send us your Christmas songs, and we'll either do like a special if we get enough of them before December comes. Send them during December. I'm sure we'll play too.
I'm thinking we'll record like maybe around if we get enough of them to do a full episode where all we do is listen to them.
We'll probably record like December 12th
in like mid-December, and that way we have something to run around the Christmas week, and we can take it easy.
I love it, Steve. That's an excellent idea.
Yeah. And y'all hearing this right now must be super fans because you made it this far in the show.
Oh my gosh, you're right, Steve.
So
we don't only want the super fans to know it first.
Maybe we'll try to announce.
We want to give you guys time to prepare until we tell all the other losers, right?
Exactly.
At the end of the video club, they get the secret special information. Maybe we should make that the way we are giving away the Cyclone.
Like, however the giveaway is going to be done, from the Christmas songs.
We'll pick a favorite Christmas song.
Ooh. Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
So let's do this. We'll drop this video in like 2 weeks.
Can we still do polls on YouTube? If we could make it a poll where it's a video where we listen to all the songs and people vote for the winner, we could let the public decide who won. You don't have to judge anything.
I don't know how polls work in the community. So.
I'll look on YouTube to see if there's polls there. If there's not, I'm pretty sure there's still polls on Facebook. We'll find some way to conduct a poll, whether it's a link on the YouTube video or on social media somewhere.
Yeah. SurveyMonkey, Gleam.io.
You actually know poll things?
Those are...
You just... What?
Those are ones you have to pay for.
Oh, I thought you were like, oh, those are the best. I only know the best, Ryan. I know the very best poll websites.
You could be the very best, like no poll ever was.
Steve likes the best polls, is what we're saying.
You didn't even say goodbye.